right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Tonight, a teenager's room sits empty after a wrong-way driver took her life. The I-Team investigates how often it's happening and what's being done to stop it.
The sky is finally clearing. What that clearing sky and the last few days of showers and storms means for your Wednesday morning commutes.
But first tonight, Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner walks off the job, leaving the prosecutor's office without a leader and the state scrambling to step in.
We've got attorneys on the ground now ready to assist in that endeavor to ensure that public safety is respected and protected over the next 48 hours.
And breaking tonight, within the last 90 minutes, 5 on Your Side has confirmed an interim circuit attorney was sworn in late today. Good evening. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. The move comes just hours after Kim Gardner's abrupt departure from the office 2 weeks ahead of schedule. We have live team coverage tonight. Robert Townsend is looking into the legal troubles Gardner could still face. But first, our Laura Barczewski has the latest on those breaking developments and what's next for the Circuit Attorney's Office.
Mike and Ann, Governor Mike Parson just confirmed with 5 on Your Side that General Counsel Evan Rodriguez will be the interim St. Louis Circuit Attorney alongside Andrew Bailey's general office and his deputy judge Bill Corrigan until the governor appoints a permanent replacement. Around 11:30 Tuesday morning, Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner shocked St. Louisans as she submitted a resignation email to Governor Mike Parson. Her resignation was supposed to be more than 2 weeks away.
Well, it was a dramatic announcement. I think it's a good thing for the people of St. Louis.
This happened just 2 hours before she was due in court for the quo warranto removal proceeding.
This is such an unprecedented situation, and we think it makes sense to see how the next few days play out.
In a statement Tuesday afternoon, Gardner announced she was working with St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell in his office to transition the job over to him. They were downtown ready to take over cases immediately. However, the governor is the only one who can appoint an official replacement, a process he's already started, interviewing 5 of 18 people who applied on Tuesday. Parson is expected to interview 3 of the 5 on Wednesday and make a decision by Friday.
We've met with the chief of police, we've met with the sheriff, we've met with the mayor on multiple times. We've done to be able to do that. We've met with the court systems, we've met with the U.S. prosecutor, we met with our own Attorney General's office to see how this is going to unfold.
Deputy Attorney General Judge Bill Corrigan will now be leading the team alongside interim St. Louis Circuit Attorney Evan Rodriguez, who was sworn in at Carnahan Courthouse late on Tuesday.
There are 5 attorneys on the ground now ready to assist, and certainly we intend to man the warrant lines 24/7. So as the police officers are catching violent offenders and need warrants, we'll stand ready to process that information and provide the police officers with the support they need and deserve to make our streets safe again.
Attorney General Andrew Bailey says even if the quo warranto process ends, he's going to hold Gardner accountable.
And we're going to take a look at everything that's happened, all the evidence that we have, the evidence that may still exist out there, and look at all of it, analyze it in context, and determine what went wrong and what systems need to be put in place to prevent it from ever happening again.
Because Kim Gardner was scheduled to resign June 1st, it's possible that whoever is permanently appointed as St. Louis Circuit Attorney might not be able to start Monday. So this team that's in place now will run the office until they can transition it over to that permanent replacement. Reporting live from downtown, Laura Barczewski, 5 on Your Side.
And Governor Parson also met with area faith leaders today to discuss picking a new circuit attorney.
We stressed that we thought it should be an African American. We didn't think it should be anybody who's already announced that they're going to run. And so I think that based upon all the concerns that we have, I believe the governor shares those concerns.
Parson also met with Mayor Tashara Jones today. In a statement, her office says she re-emphasized that the appointment should serve as a caretaker for the office who can make much-needed changes without the distraction of re-election politics in 2024.
So what's next for Kim Gardner and the troubled office she leaves behind? Robert Townsend spent the afternoon looking into that, and he's also live downtown and continues our team coverage.
And I talked to 2 of our legal analysts. Let me tell you this, both had plenty to say about the now former St. Louis Circuit Attorney.
I think that this has gotten worse and worse for her. And today, I think she probably just threw in the towel and said enough.
An embattled and controversial Kim Gardner is gone as St. Louis Circuit Attorney 16 days early before her official June 1st resignation.
I'm not very surprised that she stepped down today, given the upcoming court proceeding that was scheduled for this afternoon.
Among other things, Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey accused Gardner of failing to do her job and breaking the law by taking nursing classes. Gardner's office denied the claims.
One of the things that she was trying to do was to quash the subpoena that was asking for her school records.
Just after her resignation, Gardner's team filed a motion to dismiss the Quo Warranto case. In court today, a judge took the motion under advisement and scheduled another court date for next week. A big question now, what's next for Gardner?
Yeah, I think we'd all like to know.
I think so. This has been a very rough 6 months. And for Gardner herself, she's probably looking forward to taking a break. 5
on your side's legal analyst, St. Louis University law professor Dr. Anders Walker, and recently retired St. Louis federal judge Nanette Baker both agree now that Gardner is gone, one massive mess remains.
The real tragedy here is the fact that you have cases where the cases have been pending for so long.
Thousands of cases that still must be prosecuted after multiple lawyers left the circuit attorney's office. Cases analysts say will fall on Gardner's successor.
Everyone is going to have some patience here. This is not going to happen overnight.
I think that things are going to be reversed. We'll get back into the business of prosecution, and some of the chaos hopefully will die down.
Now, Walker and Baker say rebuilding the circuit attorney's office could take a minimum of 6 months. Live downtown, Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Our coverage continues now on 5+, KSTK.com, and the KSTK YouTube page. You can watch Christine Byers' discussion with our legal experts for full analysis on what's next for Kim Gardner and the Circuit Attorney's Office.
Well, a clear and cooler night at the ballpark. Fog, though, could develop as you head out the door in the morning. So let's check in with Weather First Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell.
And we're thinking at this point, Mike, that it's not going to be all that widespread, but tomorrow morning we may be looking at some areas of fog, particularly in the low spots and in our river valleys, as of course, we've had some rain over the last few days. A lot of us have seen substantial rainfall the last few days. Skies clearing out. You have that low level moisture. Winds are light, but it is nice to see the clear sky. You can see this hour that we're just basically looking at the ground clutter pattern on the radar screen around St. Louis. There's no rain out there. The clearing line advancing down towards Cape Girardeau, pushing shower and thunderstorm chances along with it. So we are on the dry side here, looks like, for the next couple of days. So that clearing line continues to advance to the south. Some fog possible overnight, and that's mainly going to be in the river valleys. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, wildfire smoke from Canada. We look at our future cast. The fog is mainly, it looks like, in the river valleys, especially the Merrimack River Valley, the Big River, and along the Burbus River, where we could see those visibilities down around a half mile early tomorrow for about an hour or two, and then it's gone. We'll see you in a few minutes, Ann.
Just hours ago, Missouri state officials terminated Attorney General Andrew Bailey's emergency rule, placing limits on transgender health care for minors and some adults. Bailey issued the rule last month, requiring all new transgender patients to undergo several months of counseling before beginning medical interventions. But a St. Louis County judge granted a temporary restraining order to block it. Just last week, the state legislature passed a bill banning gender-affirming care for kids under the age of 18. The ACLU of Missouri released a statement tonight calling this a victory for Missourians, but says the fight is not over. It goes on to say while recently passed legislation is not as extreme as the Attorney General's unlawful rule, it still rejects the recommendations of every major medical association.
One woman is dead, 2 others hurt after a triple shooting in North St. Louis County. It happened late last night at a liquor store parking lot on Shepley Drive in Glasgow Village. Police say 34-year-old Cassandra Cole died. A man and a woman were also shot, but are expected to recover. Police are still looking for the gunman. Anyone with information can call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS, and you can remain anonymous. Tonight, the former city clerk of Floridel Hills is headed to federal prison. A judge sentenced Maureen Woodson today to 18 months in prison. She's also ordered to pay back the nearly $500,000 she stole from the struggling city. Woodson pleaded guilty to mail and wire fraud. Another former city employee, Donna Thompson, also pleaded guilty to the same charges and admitted to stealing nearly $160,000. She will be sentenced tomorrow.
A live look at the U.S. Capitol. Tonight, the due date to pay the country's debt is coming up. Deadline is June 1st. And just hours ago, President Biden met with congressional leaders to find a solution to the debt ceiling stalemate. House Republicans already passed a bill to raise the debt ceiling along with massive spending cuts. Democrats want to raise the ceiling with no conditions.
There was an overwhelming consensus, I think, in today's meeting, the congressional leaders, that defaulting on the debt is simply not an option.
It is possible to get a deal by the end of the week. It's not that difficult to get to an agreement.
We'll have to come together on something that can avoid default.
Warren, a historic default could make the stock market tank and unemployment spike.
Tonight, Missouri Lieutenant Governor Mike Keogh announced he's running for governor in 2024.
Where I grew up and where my parents lived, I really should still be at the bottom rung. I should have never made it. And because of my family support and my mother's love, we made it out of North St. Louis, and I stand in front of you today to run for governor.
Keogh kicked off his campaign earlier tonight in Holt Summit. He was appointed lieutenant governor in 2018 following Governor Eric Greitens' resignation. He was elected to the job in 2020. Last month, fellow Republican and Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft announced he's also running for governor. Term limits prevent Mike Parson from running again.